This video serves solely as a demonstration of the installation process. Please note that the system is unstable and not suitable for production use. Hello everyone. Today, I'll walk you through installing macOS Tahoe 26.3.2 on an unsupported Mac, specifically the 12-inch MacBook from 2017. My MacBook currently runs macOS Sequoia on its internal drive. To avoid overwriting my stable system, I'll install Tahoe onto an external drive, allowing me to test it without jeopardizing my primary setup. Before we begin, please be aware that you undertake this process entirely at your own risk. First, you'll need a USB flash drive with at least 32 GB of storage. I'm using a 64 GB SanDisk USB drive for this. Let's get started. On my Mac, I open Disk Utility, enable Show All Devices, select the SanDisk drive, and erase it. I stick with the default format. Then I click Erase. Next, we need to download OCLP mod. I search for it on Google and open the GitHub repository. There, I download the latest release, which is version 3.1.5. A minor drawback is that the interface is primarily in Chinese, which might make navigation a bit challenging. However, this is the only version that successfully booted the macOS Tahoe installer and the operating system on my 12-inch MacBook 2017. After downloading, I install the app and launch it. Within the tool, I select the option to download macOS and choose macOS Tahoe 26.3, which is currently the newest version. The installer is nearly 18 GB, so the download will take a while. Once the download completes, the installer undergoes validation. In my case, I encountered an error during validation, but it didn't affect the process later. Next, I choose the second option, which installs the downloaded macOS app onto the USB drive. The tool then prepares the bootable installer, which also takes a significant amount of time. After that, I create an EFI boot partition on the USB drive, enabling the Mac to boot from the installer. This step is essential because macOS Tahoe isn't officially supported on this hardware. I install the EFI bootloader onto the SanDisk USB drive. Now, I restart the Mac. As the screen goes dark, I hold the Option key to bring up the boot menu. From the list of bootable devices, I choose the EFI boot option, identified by the external drive icon. After that, I hold the Option key again to select the macOS Tahoe installer. Next, we must prepare the target disk using Disk Utility once more. I'm preparing an external drive, but the same procedure applies if you're installing on the MacBook's internal drive. Within Disk Utility, I erase the drive, keeping the same settings as before, APFS as the file system, and GUID partition map as the partition scheme. Once the disk is ready, we can begin the macOS Tahoe installation. The installation process involves several restarts, which is perfectly normal. However, after the first restart, the MacBook might display a prohibited symbol, signaling a boot failure. If that occurs, you'll need to force shut down the MacBook. Then, power it back on while holding the Option key to open the boot selection menu. From there, relaunch the OpenCore bootloader, and while holding the Option key, choose the disk where macOS Tahoe is being installed. This lets the installation proceed normally. From this point onward, the installation follows the standard macOS process. After the installation completes, the system runs through the typical initial setup. Once I reach the desktop, I reopen OCLP and install it onto the internal EFI partition, allowing the system to boot without the USB drive. Finally, I run root patching if any patches are available. In my case, I didn't observe any significant changes after patching. Currently, Wi-Fi isn't functional, and the system feels sluggish and laggy. However, it is still possible to boot and run macOS Tahoe on this unsupported Mac. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.